Okay, so here we are. We're not, probably not enough time to upload the last one. And I'm sitting here and I'm going through shit in my mind. I open up my messenger and it says restore chats. And I said, what the fuck? Who told somebody to get in my phone and how'd they get in my phone and whatever. Okay, so that takes me right back to the same place I'm always at every day. Okay, and I think to myself, they're taking away our coins. And I started to think, I've been talking a lot about artisans and I've been talking about old ways. Back in the day, the kings used their most skilled people, their greatest artists, to make coins, silver and gold coins. Their most talented people made those things. And they stand the test of time. What is a gold coin worth? You have a value for the gold, but you also have a value for the mint and what the coin actually represents. The skill on some of these things. And we're about to take these away. And that takes me right back to hating on the internet again. Everybody wants to be Bitcoin and crypto and fuck that, okay? Listen, you need to put your money in your fucking pocket. Bury it in the ground if you gotta. But where you don't want it is where somebody can get a hold of it and you don't even know it's fucking gone till it's been gone too fucking long. Every time I open this phone up, something's gone. A picture, a chat, a phone number, an app, my ability to get back in that same app. Something is missing every time I open this fucking phone. And tell me if I'm wrong. Again, I say to you, show me I'm wrong. Because in my world, in my experience, I'm not. I'm just not, okay? So while you're preaching the way of the future and your fucking robots and your fucking crypto and your Bitcoin, you're full of shit. You're absolutely full of shit. And if you stand behind that shit, you're going to fall with it. I'm telling you right now. I don't give a fuck who you are. You're going to fall with that shit because it's going to fall. All of it. All of it. You want to invest your money in that shit? You're fucking stupid. Put your money in your fucking pocket. Be a man and say, take that money out of my fucking pocket, pussy. That's what it is. It's just that simple. Forget it. Forget it. Some of this stuff, it's really common sense. And you had to be that way. You couldn't be weak back then because somebody would take the shit out of your pocket. They knock you over the head and take the shit out of your pocket. But now, it's not like you can't, I don't care how tough you are, you can't protect yourself that way. If your government wants it, they're going to take it. If Joe Blow down the street wants it, he's going to take it. If his old lady who works on the internet all day from home wants to take it or decides to take it, she's gonna. What's going to stop her? Your gun's going to stop her? No. What if the government wants to take it? They say, well, you owe me taxes. Well, I don't owe you taxes. I don't owe you shit. I've been giving to you my whole fucking life. And now I owe you something? Fuck you. They're going to take it. And you're going to have what recourse? None. You're going to be homeless, hungry, and cold. So you stand behind whatever you want to stand behind. But I'm telling you, he doesn't do this to me every day for nothing. He does this because I'm right. And again, I tell you, I don't like coming on here and being ugly and being, it's counterproductive. And I realize that. But some things just gotta be ugly, I guess. I don't have another explanation. I guess we don't hear them until they're ugly. And that would be my thought today, is that, you know what? Listen, I'm like you. I get on the internet and I see these flying cars and I go, wow, that's fucking cool. That is cool. You know, Elon Musk, I really, like, I thought he's a genius for way back, okay? But here's the thing. Science wants to explain things with science. And I think maybe somewhere along the way he didn't get the God thing until later. And for that reason, I hope that his brilliance can work in unison with his faith and others very like him. I use him for an example because he's somebody that I've said is either divinity or very close. He's got a mind that works different than the rest. And that's very, very valuable to us. But again, I think that we can't just explain things away with ancient aliens and science, because it's not about science, it's about God. Science didn't create this world. Aliens didn't create this world. It was God. It was the universe. It was the spirit, the creator, okay? That's where it's at. That's where it's always been at. And if we get back to that, we are going to thrive in ways. I really do believe that, you know, there's stuff that we just don't see. There is forces and fields and abilities that aren't going to come out until we all get together. After all the fighting's done, all the killing's done, you know, and I keep getting visions of the fucking buffaloes stacked up on the plains. And I hope to God that we don't stack bodies up like that, because that's so potentially possible, you know. And I've seen for years, everybody talks about the end of times and some of the religious beliefs, you know, oh my God, the Chicken Little sky is falling, and they show you the bomb going off. And I think we're going to be smarter than that. You know, I think there's people are going to die, but we're not going to be stupid enough to blow the whole fucking world up and not give us a place to live. Okay, we may get to Mars someday, but we're not there yet. And we surely can't get everyone there. And every soul counts. Not just every American, every soul. And we all have them. I don't care your race, your creed, your color. We all carry a soul. We're all in a meat suit, for lack of a better term. And we really need to look at this stuff, guys. You know, you know, and I've forever had a issue with Ford. I don't know why. Okay, I think today the assembly line, I think he was the beginning of the end with that. And as much good as it did monetarily, I think it led us to where we are today, right? So I question if that wasn't him that gave me that. Geez, I don't want to drive a Ford. And I'm not, again, I hate to pick on somebody. Ford's done wonderful things for a lot of people. They put money in pockets and sent kids to college and, you know, helped the world in a lot of ways with that money. But at what cost? At what cost? So I appeal to those in science, and I appeal to those in robotics, and there's useful things there. You know, I mean, you get your legs blown off, you thank God that there's a way that you can still walk down the street and enjoy the breeze. You know, so there may be a time and a place when we've all got our shit together sufficiently where that's not as dangerous. But we're damn sure not there yet, okay? We're still fighting each other in every breath, in every step. And we still have very little faith. We have lost so much of the things that, I'll say the ancients, but not so, I mean, we're, you know, I go back to America. In God we trust. Simple. Prayer in school. Simple stuff. Simple stuff. Till we all get together with these things, the stuff I'm talking about isn't going to become possible until that is done. Till that's a done deal. Those are things that probably have to happen. We're just gonna mess this world up. And if you don't know that, look around. Look around. Look what we've done. The oceans are dying. The animals are dying. Everything is dying. The planet is dying. It's time to go backwards. And it might be the only time in history where that was a real statement. That we need to go backwards. We need to print our coins, use our artisans, grow our food, love our planet, and do it all the right way, and see what happens. It's, and I've said, stand behind President Trump. Listen, at the end of the day, all we can do is make a choice and try to make the best choice that you got, and stand in that together. Because again, apart, we don't have a chance. They're gonna pick us up. The ugly out there is gonna pick us up. They've already set up to do it. We all know that. A few years ago, I want to say it was a few years ago, I went into, and here I go picking on somebody again, and I don't mean to, but I went into a Chinese restaurant, and I noticed that there was 3 cooks in there, and all 3 weren't the same ones. I had Chinese every day that week, and they were all different cooks every day that week. I said, what in the fuck? Where are they getting all these fucking cooks from? Because the food was absolutely fabulous, like 3 days that week. And the next 2 days, it wasn't cooked the same. It still tasted good, but it just wasn't done exactly the same way. And I realized, why are they like cycling through fucking cooks in this little town in the mountains in New York? And they're cycling through people, in a 5-day period. And I realized that they're letting soldiers and shit in here. And they're not cooks 2 days out of that week. They weren't chefs. They were something else. And it stuck with me. And I said it to the girl I was living with, I think. And it really, it just came out my mouth and I didn't think much of it. And I sit here today and I'm down in North Carolina and I'm looking at all the taco trucks. And I'm thinking about going to war with cartels. And I'm thinking, and I'm not trying to tell you that every one of those people is a bad guy. People come to this country to become citizens and work hard. I have been a big advocate of some of the Spanish people that I've worked with over the years. I go back to my buddy Hector from Miami, and if you're still around, Hector, I still think about you. But he was a great guy, and I want to say, I say again, I believe his dad owned the first Burger King somewhere over, I don't remember if it was Spain or it was a Spanish-speaking company or country. But his father bought the first Burger King franchise, if I'm not mistaken. And that enabled him the ability to come here. And he was up riding a swing stage 30 stories in the air with a jackhammer, taking out balconies beside me. Okay? And I had a lot of respect for that guy. And he actually got his ass kicked one day by a big dude. And I always thought, he's a stand-up guy. He's a hard-working dude. Leave him the fuck alone. So I want to be clear. I'm not trying to pick on people, but we got to know that our reality sucks right now. These pieces of shit that I keep talking about that were in the White House, they have done us such a disservice that if nothing else comes from this, we need to make sure that it never happens again. Never. Look at where we are today. I see videos and you guys that are out there hunting with your bows and hanging out of trees, God bless you, because we're going to need every fucking one of you. Hone your skills. We're going to save our people exactly that way. The Indians figured it out. They knew how to fight. They knew how to, and yes, they got wiped out eventually, but Did they really get wiped out, or we just kill the way that they survived, and then they had no choice but to go to the reservations? You know, we fought dirty, okay? And they may fight dirty. I'm sure there's no rules to fighting. The first rule to fighting is that there's no fucking rules, right? We've all probably heard that before. And it holds very true, because if you want to be chivalrous, you're probably going to get your ass kicked, all right? You go out every fight like it's your last. And that's the only way you're going to survive. So, again, I hate to be gloom and doom with any of this, but it's our reality, and we all know it, okay? We live it every day. We see it, we hear it, we feel it. And we need to prepare for it. So, do that. And be ready for your food supply to be disrupted. Be ready for the supermarkets to be empty. Know where to get clean water. Know how to get clean water. Understand how to grow your food with what nature gives us. Understand what you can use to make yourself healthy if you have high blood pressure or diabetes or whatever, okay? Know what medicinal stuff is out there. Know what you can pick and how you treat it. Figure it out, okay? And if the internet doesn't provide it, again, I go back to, I really, really hope to be able to somehow start a publishing company so that I can put some of these books back on our shelves. Fill the libraries with that shit again. You guys in Congress, stop fucking around. Stop fucking with us. And start working for us. Fill our libraries. You know, you want to save money. Don't save money. Save fucking people. All right? We'll make more money. You can't replace God's souls. You only got so many. He's only going to let go of so many. And if you use them all up and you fuck them all up, he may give up on us altogether. I don't really believe that. But I can't believe that. He didn't give up on me. I'm still here talking to you. He still lets me use my free will in my mouth. And he's got to be sick of that. Both of them. That I'm sure of as well. But anyway, thank you. God bless. God bless America.